Welcome to Sam Podcast.
Enjoy listening to English every day.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 3 of the Sam Podcast. We'll be talking about business plans this season with me, Mr. Sam. Today, we're discussing something very interesting and surprisingly complex: how to write a business plan for a plant store. Now, running a plant store may sound relaxing: green leaves, fresh air, peaceful vibes. But believe me, the planning behind it can be intense. Today, I'm joined by a wonderful guest, a business consultant who has helped several small retail businesses get started. Please welcome Miss Olivia Carter.
Thank you, Mr. Sam. It's great to be here. And yes, you're absolutely right. Many people think a plant store is just about watering plants and selling them, but building a proper business plan is much more detailed than that.
Oh, I completely agree. But I also think people sometimes overcomplicate business plans, especially for a small plant shop.
Oh, really? That's where we might start our argument today.
Here we go already. All right, Olivia, let me start with a question. If someone wants to open a small plant store, maybe a neighborhood shop selling houseplants, pots, and soil, do they really need a long, complicated business plan?
Absolutely yes.
Really?
Yes, because a business plan is not just a document, it's a roadmap. It forces the owner to think carefully about customers, costs, suppliers, marketing, and profits.
I agree it's useful, but some entrepreneurs spend months writing a plan and never actually open the shop.
That's true too. Overplanning can be dangerous.
Exactly. I always say a simple plan that you use is better than a perfect plan you never follow.
Okay, I'll give you that point. But even a simple plan should include several key sections.
All right, let's start with the first section, the executive summary.
Yes, this is basically the introduction to the business plan.
But here's something funny. It's written last, right?
Exactly. Many beginners find that confusing.
So, Olivia, what should be inside the executive summary for a plant store?
Good question. It should include A, the name of the plant store, B, the location, C, the mission of the business, D, the types of plants being sold, E, the target customers, D, and a short financial overview.
Let me give an example. Imagine a store called Green Haven Plant Shop. Their executive summary might say something like, Green Haven Plant Shop will provide high-quality indoor plants, gardening supplies, and decorative pots to urban customers who want to bring nature into their homes.
Exactly. Short, clear, and attractive.
But I would also add something important: what makes the shop unique.
Yes, that's very important.
Now here's where people get lazy: market research.
Yes, many people skip it.
They think, everyone likes plants, my shop will succeed.
But that's not how business works.
Exactly.
A plant store owner should ask questions like, are there other plant stores nearby? What prices do competitors charge? Which plants sell best? Who are the main customers?
I once visited a plant shop that failed within 6 months.
Really? What happened?
They sold only rare tropical plants.
That sounds interesting, though.
Yes, but the neighborhood was full of students with small budgets.
Ah, I see the problem already.
Exactly. Beautiful plants, wrong market.
That's a perfect example of why research matters.
So, Olivia, who are typical customers for a plant store?
Several groups, actually. A, apartment residents who want indoor plants. B, office workers decorating desks. C, gardening hobbyists. D, restaurants or cafes needing decoration. E, gift buyers.
Gift buyers are huge.
Yes, especially during holidays.
I once bought a plant as a gift and forgot to water it before giving it.
Oh no!
The poor plant looked very sad.
Well, at least it was still alive.
Barely. Now let's talk about what the store actually sells.
Right. A plant store should not sell only plants.
Exactly. That's one mistake many beginners make.
A good plant store can offer A, indoor plants, B, outdoor plants, C, succulents, D, decorative pots, E, soil and fertilizers, F, gardening tools.
And don't forget services.
Yes,
Plant maintenance services for offices can be very profitable.
absolutely.
You can also offer plant repotting services.
Or plant care workshops.
Oh, that's a great idea.
People love learning how to take care of plants.
Now, here's why I strongly disagree with some experts.
Uh-oh, here we go again.
Many business plans say location must be high traffic,
That's generally true.
but plant stores are different.
Explain.
Plants take space. Rent in busy locations is expensive.
Good point.
Sometimes a medium traffic location with cheaper rent is better.
But if the location is hidden, customers may never discover it.
True.
I think the best option is somewhere visible but not extremely expensive.
All right, I'll accept that compromise.
Thank you.
Now we reach my favorite topic, marketing.
Mine too.
Plant stores have amazing marketing opportunities.
Yes, especially online.
Instagram is perfect for plants.
Absolutely.
Beautiful photos of plants can attract thousands of followers.
And TikTok too.
Yes, short videos about plant care are very popular.
Another idea is creating plant care tips.
Great for building trust with customers.
Also, loyalty programs.
Buy 5 plants, get the 6th one free.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about operations.
Yes, this is very important,
Plants are living products.
which means they require special care.
Watering schedules,
Sunlight management
temperature control.
and pest prevention.
Running a plant store is like running a small hospital.
That's actually a great comparison.
Another section of the business plan is suppliers.
Yes, the owner needs reliable plant nurseries.
Quality matters a lot.
Healthy plants means happy customers.
And fewer returns.
Exactly.
Now we reach the scary part, money.
Yes.
The financial section should include startup costs, monthly expenses, expected revenue, and profit projections.
Startup costs may include rent deposit, store renovation, shelves and displays, plant inventory, and marketing budget.
And don't forget emergency funds.
Very important.
Plants sometimes die.
Sadly, yes.
Another important part of a business plan is risk analysis.
Exactly.
Possible risks include plant diseases, seasonal demand changes, competition, supply problems.
And economic downturns.
Yes.
But planning ahead helps reduce those risks.
All right, Olivia, after all this discussion, I have to admit something.
What's that?
That you were right earlier.
About what?
A business plan is more important than many people think.
I appreciate that.
But I still believe it should stay practical and simple.
And I completely agree with that.
All right, looks like we argued a lot today, but still reached the same conclusion.
That's the best kind of argument.
All right, everyone. That brings us to the end of today's episode about how to write a business plan for a plant store.
We hope this discussion helps future plant store owners plan their businesses more effectively.
Thank you so much for listening to the SAM podcast.
And remember, good planning helps your business grow, just like a healthy plant.
Perfect ending.